Sensitivity is intelligence. With grace and skill, you have abundance. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. Host Kelly Brickle is a psychic medium healer, numerologist, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether it's through spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, there's always a pathway of information waiting to help. Now, here is your host of the Psychic Hour, Kelly Brickle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Psychic Hour on WLTK-DB, Let's Talk Radio. And it's another week, another day, but it's a great day. And we have Debbie in here with us. We're doing another reading show because it was so fun. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Debbie.
Hey, girl. Thank you for having me back. It's an honor. So much fun last time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an honor to have you two as well. And we're doing like double dragon readings. I really want to say that, double dragon.
Yeah.
You're the dragon. That's right.
What's up. We're girls, we're dragons, we're coming in hot. I love that.
But yeah, the spirit is the energy of fire, right?
Okay. And you're a Leo.
It is.
And you're a Leo girl, so you're like double fire. You got a dragon going on. You're a Leo. You got the roar. I love that.
There's some intensity, at play. There's definitely some intensity at play. And then, how about you? You're like, okay, dragon and?
Okay, so I'm water. So how is that going to work? Ooh, so I'm a Pisces. Yes.
It's steamy.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That's usually what they talk about. They talk about like when fire hits water, it can be like it's either hot air or steamy. That they talk about the partnerships with like there's like the different element overplay. So it's fun. It's never like dull. It's never supposed to be dull.
Well, I hope not.
You can apply that. You can apply that every which way to anyone who has a fire and water relationship in any capacity within your life. Yes. But yeah, there's so much going on with like astrology in general. Like I don't even keep up with it all. I can't. My mind's in other places. I'm more like in the numerology, but like people are talking about how like the moon is in Virgo right now. Do you keep up with?
I don't. I know that my body is so sensitive when it comes to astrology. Like I'll feel the shifts and I know when things are happening. And like today is, 111, you're a number girl. Like it's like one step at a time, baby steps, right? And so for me, I just kind of research and I'll study or I'll open. And when I get clients that say, Debbie, when it's full moon, new moon, or it's Mercury, they got something energetically happening, I always refer them to my astrology guy. Like, call my astrology guy, because that's not my area. But I'll sneak in there and I'll say, how will this affect me? I'll go to my chart and kind of look at it. Be like, all right, okay, I'll play like this today. So, yeah.
And it is really interesting because you get a lot of the details of the energy when you do numerology and astrology. But sometimes we can get lost in the details. And then with, psychic or mediumship readings, I do think sometimes we get more general or like right to the point. So like it depends on what people want, because sometimes they're like, how do I get there? How's it going to happen? What's the energy going to be like? It's like, yeah, we can describe it, but like maybe go to an astrologer and you'll get more of that information. Maybe go into numerology, you'll get more of that information.
Most definitely. I was blown away by my natal chart. Like, and the guy that I went to, he actually will read it out. Like he'll talk to you about it. This is what I'm seeing, which works for me because when you start to talk into the actual chart, it's very complex. And then when they send you the chart and they're looking at the nodes and you're here and you're rising and I'm just like, okay, you lost me at rising. Okay, you lost me at rising. So for me, that chart was like so on point. It gave me the idea of like, okay, this is what I'm working through my shadow. It was like, and then the angels I can connect to is really cool how it's broken down. I was blown away by it. Yeah.
Wow. So it goes into what your energy is like and then what like angelic energies can work with that, or how does it work?
Well,
how does it work?
The astrologist guy that I worked with, he's a medium. So he also got to tap into me as a medium, right? And then he went based on my birthday and my time that I was born. And so he worked based on that. And so then he kind of just give my characteristics, my personality, what I'd be good at, like what kind of work I would be doing. And he was like, definitely you're a medium. Definitely you're have this healer within you. And so that was really cool to get the validation and to go back to it and refer to it and kind of say where I'm at based on the planets and when they're aligned, when's a good time to do something, start something. So it's really nice. Before I met him, I had a Vita chart done. Girl, that was also very complex. You lost me in that too. So it's very detailed, very detailed. I'm just like, okay, just tell me what not to do and when not to go live. And for miscommunication purposes, I want to stay off the mic. You know?
I know. I got you. Really quick, I'm going to say hi to Keith, Trudy, E, Monica. Come on in. We're going to be doing readings in a little bit. Yes. No, but I hear you. So there's two ways to do it, depending on, I guess, your style and depending on what the clients can understand and utilize. So unless someone wants a very specific, so I'm just doing it from the angle of numerology, and unless someone wants a very specific numerology chart, I won't go into, I'll go into like 10 of their numbers, but I won't go like this means this and this means this for everything unless they want to know, because they'll just look at me and they're like, I don't know what that means. I'm like, I could actually sit here and tell you what it means. And they're curious about that, but they're like, okay, we have an hour. I want to know about me more than having the description of my number. Just tell me about me. Just tell me about me. I'm like, I get you. I got that. So I got you covered. So it's almost like, it's funny because it sounds like a psychic reading, but it can be more numerology based.
Right. And it's so, and I didn't realize this, Kelly, as you say that. I remember going into doing a demonstration at a home party, and the lady's like, you're not an astrologist, are you? And I didn't understand what she meant by that. Like, she thought immediately like I was going to be able to read her based on her birthday or her number. And she didn't want that type of reading. She wanted me to tap in when it came to psychic or mediumship. She wanted me to read in a different way. And I didn't understand it until after the fact. Like, oh, your astrology, your date of birth, and when you're born gives so much of who you are. Like, you really didn't realize, like, I'm gonna hold on my birthday. You ain't gonna know my birthday.
Yeah, no, you can kind of feel like that at times. I mean, like, I've just put the intention out there with, it's just like, I got nothing to hide. Go ahead. You know, like, it'll only bring me abundance. It'll only bring me abundance.
I love that. And especially since we're talking about energy today too, and how we're flowing with this. It's like, you know what? Only goodness is going to come this way. Like, let's go. I love that. Super cool.
Because it is like, your chart is a very like intimate part of your life, depending on how someone can like gain information from that. It's more in depth when connected to how deeply someone can go. Because you could give somebody, like, it's like a metaphor. It's like a metaphor. You could give someone your all in the relationship and they just don't know what to do with it. Right?
Okay. I'm so glad you said that. So glad you said that. But that's like, it's a soul to soul connection, just like in this our mediumship work, our psychic work. You're giving someone permission to go into your what's so sacred, and the things that you went through in life is very personal. It's very private, and depending on your personality, yes, I'm very open and I'm loving and like I want to share and I'm all down. And then there's parts of me where I have that personality of like, I'm shy, I'm not sure, like I don't really know if I want you to know that about me. Yeah. So then we're personal. And you said it so precise. And I feel that when someone is looking for a medium or someone's looking for a psychic or astrologist, they're going to touch that essence of who you are. And so you're allowing that person to come into that space for you. So I love that you said that.
Absolutely. No, yeah, I appreciate, like, that's definitely how I feel on it. And, you know, as psychics or mediums, you know, clairvoyants, I'm just going to use different words, like seers, whatever. I'm just going to use it all, like astrologists, numerologists. You know, we see facets of a person, you know, and sometimes your reader is going to be so present that they can see a really definitive part of you, or a part that
Yeah.
needs to be healed. And that's like, the
Yes.
greatest need, and being present with the person. But there's all these like facets of the diamond we are. I'm going to just use diamond. And
Oh,
like, we can't see everything, but sometimes we can see a lot. And sometimes those parts are very important. And we only see a glimmer. That's why like someone can come on and it's just like, you read someone one way, and then you can read someone a totally different other way, and you're going to pick up a
most definitely.
completely different part of their life, and you're like, you're the same person. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't see that in you until I opened up
Yeah.
the energy.
Yeah, it's so true. And I think too, when you touch on that, it's like a shadow self. That's the healing when we're doing that deeper healing, right? The dog is confirming. The dog is confirming. Yes, we're accurate. So
Massive
for
confirmation.
I love the confirmation of where this is going. But it's so true. It's like when people think, I have had someone I've read before, and they're like, I know you see this. And I'm like, I don't see that. I know you can see what I'm about to do. I don't see that. So it's like there are some things we're protected from. There's some things that we don't have access to at the moment. And sometimes it's not for us to know. And
Yeah.
and that's the beauty of it, is what we're touching and what is brought to the surface is maybe something that needed to be heard. It's a way of spirit bringing it to the surface so that we can work through it, so they can be inspired. I was watching someone who did a TikTok, and they were like, it's about inspiring someone to make the change and to be in their passion, and just with hope that has happened for that person when they're getting that read. And so for me, that was so beautifully said. I was like, yes, I love that. Like, yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, there's so much potential, right? With what is
Mm-hmm.
possible. And it's not our job to do everything. Like,
No.
it is not. And that's why I'm happy to say sometimes in a reading, I don't know. Some people are like, don't say that. You want to, you want to sound really confident and definitive in how you're building your information. And I get that. Yes, there's you want to feel like you're in the energy and you're trusting what you're getting. But like, I'm happy to say I don't know. So there's sometimes people ask me
Me
questions and I'm like,
too.
let me feel that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting that. I'm more over here. And so I'm going to go back to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's honesty. You want someone who's going to be in the truth and be honest about what they're feeling into. Like, I don't know. I've had, even when I'm teaching, I'm like, I don't know, but let me find out for you and let me see what I can get for this. I know that when I watch it energetically happening, but let's get more in depth of what it means. And so that means you're in your truth. You're honoring where you are in the moment. And that's what's the beautiful thing. Girl, you just on fire. You came in as a dragon. You came in as your lion. You're just on fire. You're just running fire all the time. I love it.
Wait. Well, you said you like your water. So what, if I may ask, what's your
Uh-huh.
sun sign then?
I have no idea. I remember the I don't know. Let's keep it real. I don't know, girl.
Okay. All right. If you're okay with it, what month
Okay.
were you born?
So I got a thing to hide. I'm 03/17/76. I'll be 47, y'all. Grandma of twins, mama of two boys, and rocking it.
You said, I love it. I love it. Rocket. You said 03.
17,
That's right. 17. Okay. Got
76.
it. 76.
Look at these girls in here. So I love that Keith is in here. Hey, Jondelyn. Hey, Paula. I love that. Hi, Tiara. Hi, Monica. Hi, Trudy. Hi, Aspen. Hey, Lisa. I love it. Everyone's up in here. You're all going to hear my astrology. Keep your ears closed.
I'm like grabbing a different pen. You're a Pisces, girl.
I am.
That's a cool combo. Pisces dragon. That's intense too.
Yeah. And I love that. My girl's like, you're the dragon in the Chinese symbol. I'm like, yes, girl, I am. So she reads my Chinese astrology, and she does my numbers, because in her belief, there's different numbers and different, based on where you live. She adds everything up for me. She's like, oh, no, that's not a good number. And our way, that's not good. So she's always hooking me up with her little insights.
There's so much. Have you plugged in your, like, your information and just pulled it up, or do you have it printed
Mm-mm.
out? Oh,
No,
we
I
got to go
don't.
into that. We got
Yeah,
to go
well,
into that.
I had the natal chart done by an astrology, which was given to me, and he have a whole thing done on me, and I'll go back to it, and it was really, really cool. I was fascinated. I was blown away by it actually, and I haven't had a chance to go back into it, but I do have one done, but I can't tell you because I don't understand the astrology part. I can't tell you what parts of me were read on it.
No worries, no worries. No, we're
Yeah,
gonna have to like go into it, and I think you'll have a ton of fun. Just
I believe it.
hearing, yeah, yeah. We'll do it sometime. I'm
Sounds good.
excited.
Woo! I love it.
Give me
I'm
like a. I thought you were gonna like lean back and throw up your leg with a kick. You're like, I love it.
love it. Hey, I got my Nirvana shirt on. I'll be the kid. I'm like, let's go.
Rock and roll, rock and
Yes.
roll. Before we were originally going to talk about moving energy, but then we talked about just naturally like astrology and things like that.
Yeah.
I want to just wherever it naturally goes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wherever it naturally goes. If you have something that is fresh on the top of your head, please let me know. If you're like, hey, actually, I was
Well,
thinking this because we were feeling this and we're talking about this subject. You just unleash your truth if you
you're
got
so
anything.
cute. Well, Kelly, I think it's really interesting when we talk about energy. And the person that helped me with my chart, he's also does like energy work, and he works with colors, and so it's like really bringing in those colors to push the energy. So I find it interesting how we went from astrology to energy moving and energy healing, and that's what I just love that, like bringing in those colors into the aura, bringing those colors into our senses. um, as we know, I'm going through grief. And so in my aura, you were working on me the other day, and you're like, girl, your hand is green. And I'm like, yeah, I love the validation, because in my body, I was working with the color green. And so I go to the inner aura, and I was bringing in green. I was going into the middle aura, and I was bringing in green, and I was going into my outer aura, and I just kept bringing the healing green. And then I was just, gold is a really beautiful energy or color to work with. It has a great frequency
Yeah.
and vibration, and so you can work with the gold, and just shooting the energy from the spine to push everything out and through you. That's what I do when I wake up, or when I'm going through things. I love it. Like, it just gives me that opportunity to revive myself.
Absolutely. Like there's a lot of power behind what you say, because we move energy every day in our life to stay alive. Our system is, running on these continuous flows, whether it's through our breath, our blood. I was thinking about breath and blood at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
apparently. And so we have all these like rhythms going within our body, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we don't think about how our rhythms get interrupted because we
Mm-hmm.
get overwhelmed. And so there's certain programs within our system that feel like all sluggish, or they feel knotted up. And when you do something like Debbie describes, of like bringing in color, bringing in a positive change to your energy and elongating, you're talking about moving it up and down your spine. What it does, it actually breaks up some of the energy if it's not already in flow. And you can
Mm-hmm.
actually, it sounds so simple, but when you bring concepts like color or elongation or expansion to your body, if you have the focal point and you can feel it in your body, that's exactly what happens. And you can like actually change the way you feel about pain. You can
Mm-hmm.
change the way you feel about your energy levels. You can go from being exhausted to being completely refreshed. You
Mm-hmm.
can go from feeling like not excited about anything within a day to feeling like, I got this.
Yes. It really does push the energy out. And I love that you say breath, and we said also the blood. So there is a technique with the breath work. It also pushes the energy out. And so that gives you that, it strengthens you also. So the breathing and pushing that energy, putting your tongue above the roof of your mouth, and let that energy flow, really opening yourself up. I'm a Reiki master, so I'm always doing symbols and working with my symbols within me. And that's how I break up the energy. I'm using chakra ray, breaking up debris, anything that is not mine, whether it be mental energy, emotional energy, even if it's mine, if it's in my space, it's clearing however it needs to go. Because we do pick up energy of others also. And as we both know, we were talking the other day, and it was like everyone that's thinking of me, their energy comes in and sits in the aura, and we're also pushing that out. A nice aura mist spray. Like, girl, let's clean it up. And be like, yes, I got
Snap
this.
with it too. Snap with it.
Yeah. Or you can clap. You can use tuning forks, like here's my little tuning forks. You can sage. Girl, we can go all night with this.
That's right. Put on a
That's
concert.
right.
Make us
Yes.
feel it and hear
Oh, okay. All right, let's go. You ready? Now you're talking movement. Now you're talking about the movement and moving the energy out of your body. Like for me, I love to dance. I love to go into the movement, and that's where I go into my trance a bit. And so I'm just like, yes, let's go. Let's do that shape shifting and bring that body to move. So when you guys are moving your body, that's pushing the energy out.
Yeah.
So move that body, whether it's through yoga, dance, whatever that just feels good. Push that out. Like you ain't here. And then the breath, yeah, girl, get it.
I have to definitely get in more of the power of using my breath to push. I do utilize it, but not even nearly as much as I should. I use my, this sounds very strange, but it's very powerful and it's very true. I use my thoughts to push energy, and that doesn't sound super effective, but if you can actually feel while you're thinking, and you can actually have a relationship with connecting to something while you're thinking, it becomes then more than just your thought. You're actually engaging within reality to shape reality and move reality. But yes, sometimes my breath is involved with it. I really liked how you talked about like movement and how you push the energy out. And I think that's also, it's a concept I want to share. That's why sound healing is so powerful, because the musician or the healer, they're banging like whether it's a gong or a sound bowl hitting a sound bowl, and the vibration is radiating outward. It's expanding outward. You know what I mean? So it's doing the same thing to our energy. It's pushing out this frequency to change our frequency. And anything that doesn't meet that vibration rises up or starts to regulate.
And I think I love that. When I started my journey, I did the breath work and I did the sound healing. And it's so, you guys can Google the beats, the binaural beats, the drumming, the sound bowls. There's so many people that share this, and it's just like, tap into that. We are energy. We are running a vibration, and it does break up the energy. It really does. And then you plateau, and you gotta level it up, and you gotta start adding more to it, because what may have worked for you at one point may not work for you now, and you gotta find another way to play to get it to move. And so your body's just gonna adjust with the shifts that you're going through.
Absolutely. Great, beautifully put. And I think that is kind of the invitation for the new year. It doesn't always have to be every year, like the fresh start of the new year, but it's the concept. It's like, okay, what's working for me? What's not working for me? I'm at a plateau. How do I raise my frequency? How do I push myself next? Because I can guarantee you, like, I've done stuff like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and I go, great, that worked awesome for me. And then what I need 5 years ago is not what I need now.
Yeah. And we're always changing. We're always evolving. And there's a couple of different things that our body needs. We need the movement. We need the breath. We need the words, the sound. And you've touched on all of that. And then the change, the affirmations. What changes are you ready to make? So we want change, but what are you physically ready to do and go into and commit to it? And so you've touched on a lot of these areas that's going to make that happen for someone. So moving the body, breathing through it, talking to yourself with affirmations. You said the intent of your words. What is your words, and what is your thoughts, and where are they at, and how powerful will you bring them forward into your truth? Like, I love that, Kelly. And it's like almost like I'm going to do this, and you have that Jedi mind, and you're just like, let's go. And you're like, oh no, here comes Princess Leia. We need to go out of her way, like, or like you even said with starting in the beginning, like I don't have nothing to hide. Abundance always flows to me. Like, let's go. And that's your belief, and it's to be true. We attract what we're speaking and what we're working with in our energy, frequency, and vibrations and echo, so I love that.
I agree. I guess the last thing that I'll sprinkle in, unless you have something too, is because I was like, okay, I'm going to talk about this in the show. I think intention is so important and powerful. I mean, within Reiki, for anyone who does Reiki, when you learn about the symbols, like the intention gives them the power, the intention of what those symbols mean. And so you apply that principle to really everything in your life. And, sometimes we wake up and we're like, this is going to be a great day, or maybe you feel energized and you got really restorative sleep. And other days you wake up and you're like, whoa, I feel really off. And it's that intention that can completely actually give you a backbone to changing the vibration of where you're at. I know that sometimes, even if I have, let's say, the most difficult week and I should be exhausted, if my intention starting the week was, I'll have just enough energy to get everything that I need done, I'll have just I'm taken care of, I'm gonna be okay, I could get 6 hours of sleep is not very good for me. I need more than that. But I could get 6 hours of sleep every day. And I'm just like, I'm on a high. I intended that I needed exactly what I needed, and let's do it. I have it, right? But if I don't set myself up for the week, I'll go, whew, okay, holy moly. Okay, I need an extra 20 minutes in the morning just to get it back up, right? And so I can get it back up, but my intention, it didn't pre-ready for me for that. Does that make sense? I didn't preheat the oven. I was just like, let's bake these cookies. It's like, ooh, you actually have to you got to get to 350. Hold on a second. But if you've already preheated your oven for your abundance and your intention, it's really funny how things work way easier.
Yeah. And so I love that preparation. So then you have a routine. So you're speaking, what is your routine and what is it going to look like? And how, again, what are you going to be willing to do for yourself to flow, right? To be in that alignment of your truth, of what your goals are that you've set. And so I love that. So when you wake up, that's the first thing, intent, ground your energy and make that intention. Do what feels right for you. You guys are listening to us. We're throwing you ideas of how we work. And so you're going to find that groove and that rhythm of what's going to feel right for you. And if you can bring that energy throughout the day, in the morning, the afternoon, the evening, speak to yourself throughout the day, bring that energy back, realign it, and let it continue to flow. It's like manifestation. We got to speak it into existence. So keep bringing that energy forward. So until you're really in it, you're like, oh man, I'm in it. This feels good. You're just like, whew, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You're just giving me all these good points to bounce off with, because that's really what it is. You have to continue to build that momentum, because it might work one week and then another week you're like, what's going on? Why isn't it working? It's just if you don't feel it, or if you're not focused in that, it's going to change. So you have to constantly have a relationship with that energy, and maybe it needs more attention, and maybe it's rock solid. You're just I'm good. Because there's certain things, Debbie, within my life where I just go, I'm unshakable within the belief of that. I'm good. And there's other things where it's just I believe it, but why am I getting shaky results? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that is going back to honoring the energy of where you are. Now we're going to go into the astrology part, what's happening in the planets, not only what's happening within your structure physically around you, because we can't be in charge of what's around us. And sometimes that can throw a little curveball into the energy, and it can help us say, oh, something shifted. And then you make the subtle shift back to it's all good. I'm all good. And sometimes, we get in that state of like, I'm untouchable. I got this. Your energy is your energy. My energy is mine. We good. But then at the end of the day, you're like, I'm not good. What happened? Where did that come from? But you just bring that healing in, and that's where we strengthen our aura. And when we talk about that, it's like when we get pushed, we got to be grounded. If we're pushed out of alignment or we got a little jolted, bring the energy back, ground it in, and make that affirmation and intent, and it brings you back solid and present. And that it happens, it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. And we just got to keep going. It's funny how every day presents a new way to see that. So let's get ready to go into readings.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Looking at some of the comments before we start, because sometimes people have some questions. So we kind of do that to open up the energy too. Someone says, I love seeing my number. I haven't seen the 1111 and the 1212. The reason I'm just going to touch on that for 2 seconds, well, obviously for validation, because that's awesome, Keith. But it is 11123 today. And like Debbie was talking about how it's like baby steps. And like when you see the 111s or a series of them like together, it's basically like, okay, right, we're building up the energy. And when you have the numbers together of 1, 2, and 3, what happens, it's like it's really easy stairs, like stepping stones that help you ascend upward. And so anytime you see 1, 2, 3 in numerology, it's actually very harmonious, open energy, because it just moves forward very like sequentially, right? Without any problem.
Yeah.
And so the 111 is kind of like, okay, get ready, open yourself up. Here we go. And it's like, it's gentler. It's very powerful because it's like this very focused reminder of what the energy is. It's like, you are here. It's time to open up. But the continuous ones, it gives you a little bit of like cushion and comfort of like that power of like, okay, here we go. And then it's like a 2 and the 3. So today's energy is really, really good for manifesting. Because it has a lot of supportive energy, but it's a lot of ascending energy with that too.
Very nice.
So just wanted to talk about that. And then let's see, we got people asking for readings. Great. And then someone's asking, can you explain what is the difference about a master number and why it's called a master number? It's kind of, I'm just going to jump into that for 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's you, girl.
It's what I kind of just went into. A master number is a repeating number. And so there's more of a charge behind it. So it's not just a 1, it's a 1, it's an 11. It's not just a 2, it's a 22. Okay. And so master numbers have more weight to them because they have not only the frequency of what's repeated, but the accumulated total of what that frequency is. So like a 22 is the 2 energy, but 2 plus 2 is 4. So it's a 2 and 4. So it's a much more a well-rounded number, and it has more intensity behind it. So that is what a master number is, just a repeating number. Okay. And then let's see. Someone says they keep seeing a lion. What do you think about that, Debbie?
Well, Kelly did bring in the lion because we're in our courage and our strength the other day. So, it's a lot. A lion comes in too, also to support, to give us strength. If you think about the Leo and you think about the lion, it is that medicine you can work with. Invite that lion to play and into your energy. It's a spirit, bringing that lion spirit to work with you. Who said that? Who's seen the lion?
It's Keith.
Hi, Keith. Yeah, invite that. So where in your life are you looking and needing courage and strength? Where in your life, pay attention, because the lion is presenting itself to work with you. I feel like this is in reference to your home in some way. Like if you're ready to make a change or you're ready to move, I feel like this lion is coming to give you strength to do that. That makes sense, Keith. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like, get that power going. I love the way that Debbie put it. Someone's giving a shout out to dragons. Yes. Someone's talking about right, rising sun. and Scorpio for the moon. Rising sun. Wait, rising sun and someone's like triple Scorpio. Oof.
Oh,
That's
see, I wouldn't even know what that meant. It just sounds, when you say triple, I'm like, triple effect. Like, okay, girl, I'm gonna stay right here because you got something happening there. It makes me feel like it's powerful, and I'm gonna be right here when you say that.
it's like triple chocolate, like cake. It's decadent.
Oh, there you go. You're a force, girl. You're a force.
Yeah. When you have all that Scorpio energy, definitely look into mediumship, or working with people to assist them in transformation. Like Scorpio energy is all about transformation, working with, working with death. So it's all about the transformation transcendence. But a
Oh,
lot of people who have a lot of Scorpio energy either are in hospice, they're nurses, they're doctors, they deal with something revolutionary,
wow.
mediumship. So Scorpio is very powerful. It really is.
It feels like
Um,
it.
oh yeah, it is.
Hmm.
And then okay, all right. Let me just jump down to the. Okay, Yep. All right, we're ready to do readings. Ready to do
Okay,
readings.
you got a lot of number readings in there, so you
I
go
know. I think.
first. You're so You're so popular. You're so needed, girl.
Hey, likewise. And it's probably because it's one
One,
one
one,
one.
one. It's 111 day, y'all, and 2-3. Like, I'm so ready to manifest and take those steps. So you
But
say,
as I
mhm,
read though, I want you, if you
yeah,
feel compelled, because just dive into how the energy feels with me.
okay, you
If
got
we
it.
happen to be taking numbers.
Okay,
Okay, let's go from the top. So, Aspen. So for everybody coming in right now, we're gonna start doing readings, and you can request the type of reading that you would like, and you can ask for a general reading, or you can ask a specific question. And so we'll be here live with you, and so stick around if you want to give feedback too as well. And you have to say, "I want a reading." Don't just say hi. Tell us you want a reading, and if it's numerology, you have to pop down your numbers, whether it's your month and your day or your full birth date. Okay. And so we need your consent, and that's how we do it. All right,
mhm.
cool. So are you ready to go, Debbie?
I'm ready, girl.
Okay. Aspen is at the top. Aspen is
Okay,
at the top.
what's
Just yep.
Aspen's question? Does she have a
So
question?
Aspen, she would like a reading when it's time for my mother. Her name is Caprica.
Okay,
Oh, okay. So she wants a reading for her mother's energy, I believe. Yes? Is that what
okay,
I'm getting? All
that's what it
right.
sounds like. Do you want to
Cool.
start?
Sure.
You want me to go?
I'll pull some cards and see what I get. That's how I'll start. Woo! I'm making noise. I just dropped my card case. Okay. That's Opa. The energy has begun. Okay. All right. So we're getting into mom's energy, Caprica.
So while you're pulling a card, Kelly, I got some stuff too for her as well.
Sure. Go for it. I'm ready when
So
you are.
So for me, when I tap into mom, immediately I'm not a doctor, I don't diagnose, but immediately I'm getting in my mind's eye, I see within the chest area, there's some things that there is energy that needs to be moved within the lungs and within the chest. And so I know that either she's been sick, either there's this concern of like an illness. So I feel like energy just needs to be moved. Hydration, I want to give her some fluids is what I want to do for mom. I did work with Aspen the other day, and I know that there's some things that she's going through, but I was not aware at the time of the chest. So there's some things there that need to be pushed out energetically. And it's interesting because we were working with energy for her. I was taught, and you can do this with the intent. This is water and cherry juice. I have cherry juice as I'm working to cleanse. So you can make the intent as I drink this water, it's clearing my energy from inside. So it's like really bringing the frequency of healing. You can attune the water and then have mom drink it. And I feel like that will energetically help her because I know her situation. So I know her on a personal level. And so this is what I'm getting, like really use that water to flush out those toxins and energy and debris. So you're working with the energy part of that's sitting within her heart and within her chest. So there's some energy that needs to be moved in that area for her. Would you be able to tap
Um,
into that?
Absolutely. So that makes sense with what I was pulling because I got some placements where it let me know that there were some health issues going on. For instance, I got the physical energy card and the opening light card, and they were in placements that let me know that there was some difficulty going on. And
Hmm.
so, sometimes our physical energy can affect our motivation. Sometimes our physical energy can affect how we're motivated to go forward with how we're dealing with our situation. So
Hmm.
it lets me know that there's a lot of things that um, are really in transition right now, and to really assist your mom, or to go to your mom and to help her remember that she is still in control, even though it feels like there's so much stuff happening.
Yeah.
And she's still connected to a higher power, and she can learn about her soul and herself and activate her strength through that. Because sometimes when
Hmm.
we're not physically strong, or even we're not mentally in the same place that we normally feel like ourselves in,
Yeah.
we go, I feel so lost. I feel so overwhelmed. And it's like, that's when we really need that angelic connection. That's when we really need that support from spirit. That's when we
Hmm.
really need to feel and have a relationship with our prayers.
Hmm.
Um, and so I'm inviting mom within her power to be activated through that.
Hmm.
And it will help re-invoke power in other places within her
Yeah.
life. So that's coming in, just to let her know she's more powerful than she gives herself credit for, the reminder of that. And it's like the mixture of let it be known too. I feel like your mom is one to speak up and not to speak up. I'm going to say it like that because it's like when something's bothering her, mom will let it be known, and it's just like, whoa, right? But at the same time, it's like a lot of the surface issues are being known. A lot of the surface issues, like, I don't like this, or, you know, just what's off the top of her mood or her mind for the day, that will be shared very freely. But
Hmm.
actually, like the deeper stuff of, you know, like really going into, doesn't have to always be the past. It doesn't always have to be that deep, but it's like there's a lot of things that your mom has not shared, or she it's like it's kept hidden. So it's like some of that energy is heavy. It's very heavy, and that's what's kind of
Hmm.
like I do think complicating some of the issues. So it's
Hmm.
like she needs the courage to let things be known of what's really going on within her. And when we connect to a higher power, we can actually have that release, we can have that forgiveness, and we can have that surrender through that release.
Hmm.
Um, and I do think those are some very big themes at play here. And you were talking about the chest, like opening up the chest. As you're talking about that, I was like, getting like coughing feeling.
Hmm.
Um, so it's just that area does need to be open. I just like I
Hmm.
want a lozenge. I know that's very like simple, but I want a lozenged as I'm talking about this. Like I want
Yeah.
some open up my breath and help me
Yeah.
breathe.
As you're saying that, I want to have her arms open because I know her situation. So I don't know if she can open up her arms, but I would really, really stretch that chest open and get that open for her because I did see movement, like moving her body, picking her up, helping her move that energy out. So when we did talk about movement, when we're sick and we're not feeling good, we're laying down a lot. So our energy is very stagnant. It's present. So it's like shift her body to the right and to the left and just open up that chest and give her some affirmations for that heart. I am love. I am love. I flow in love, so because it's all in the chest. It's working through forgiveness and grief and all that sits here. When we're sick, we're going through. There's stages of when we're sick. I've experienced this personally, and so as we go through that, there's this period of where we're rebuilding ourselves, and we do feel bad because we're not able to do certain things. There's limitations that we've experienced, but then we overcome them, and so it's really feed that love, baby, and just give your mom that extra love and just say, hey, I love you, mom. I know you could feel this, and just have her say, I love me too. Like I love myself, and bring that love back to self. And work through. You're gonna work through it, but you got this. You're a beautiful soul, Aspen.
Yeah, reinvoking that power of the spirit and
Mm-hmm.
just helping. Like there's a lot that your mom's going through, and you know, some of those things are like her journey. And so you can just give her love and pray and just to help kind of move the energy in some ways, but ultimately mom's moving the energy and just to continue to lift her up as she's doing that. So
Yeah.
that's what's coming through. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have you, if you want, you can pick the next one because I always go from the top.
Okay.
You go anywhere you want.
Anywhere I want. Here, new, and happy to be here. Hi, Melissa Page. Are you here? Thanks for this already. People are loving this. And John Dylan's like, oh, I follow the link of a law of attraction. It gave me the numerology reading. So John Dylan does that. She gets how cute. Okay, hi, is it Melissa? I'm drawn to you. If I may work with you.
Is it with Melissa? Yeah, you got
Melissa Page. Melissa Page. Did you have a question? I love that Lily Rose is sending prayers to Aspen too. Thank you, Lily Rose. That's beautiful. Please do. And did you have a specific question, Melissa, or did you want me to work into some, or just go into it?
She says, please do. Yes.
Okay. So when I come to Melissa, immediately I'm going to the throat. So I feel like there's a lot of words that are being worked through. And so I know energetically my aunt, my mom. Are you wanting mediumship reading? Are you? So I'm coming to you in regards to like an energy to energy.
She's saying, my mom, yes.
Okay. Are you wanting me to connect to your mom in spirit, or are you wanting me to connect to you on a psychic level? I hear both.
And she's saying she wants her mom. I am a medium, too, I think she says.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. You see it.
And if she wants me to tap, okay. I'm just going to go in with what I get.
Just go with what you get.
Okay. Oh, you want to heal her. You want to bring healing to your mom. Okay. So for me, my guides immediately just took me to your throat. So for me, it's like I want to work with the energy within the throat. And it's like really bringing that clarity to the eyes. So it's like really go deep. And what are you seeing? It's like speak your truth of what you're seeing. So I feel like you want to heal. Okay. So really it's about getting that energy out and speaking your truth. And it's so interesting because I'm getting the card. It says speeches and speaking. So yeah, like if we're feeling energy and you're getting all these emotions, and if this happens through our awakening, and I feel like this is where she's kind of in that place where she's in her awakening and she's speaking her truth. My family, I don't know how to emotionally do this anymore. All flow, heal my bloodline. It's okay. So you're in this healing state. You're having an awakening and you're like feeling it all. And you're like ready to just like get it all out because you're seeing so much. So let's start with this. Kundalini and alone. Oh, girl, you're wanting to do it all. I hear you. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first thing is, it's not our job to heal someone else. If we're going into holding space and you're in this awakening, it's like, let's bring the energy first back to you. How we get you to embrace your gifts that are unfolding before you. So it's like really grounding yourself and allowing that energy to work through you, one layer at a time. So you have so many things happening. You have the Kundalini awakening. You are going through some personal stuff with family. You're going through stuff where you're seeing. So now you're having premonitions. And then it's like, what do I do with this? So this is where the speaking and the speeches come in. Because yes, as an intuitive, as a medium, as someone who is psychic, we're getting all this information, and what do we do with it? And it's not our job to go and say, you know what, I got this for you, and I got this for you, I got this for you. It's first let it filter. The data is coming in, acknowledging that you are open and writing it down and giving yourself permission to go into that. If there's childhood adversities that you've gone through, you're going to want to get a team. Who's your team and who are you going to want to work with, right? Who's your team? And so it's like really finding if it's a life coach, a therapist, a doctor, if you're going into some things that are physically personal. If you're going to go into this work as an intuitive, who are you going to connect to in regards to a teacher if you're wanting to learn? But for me, the first thing was your throat, was, getting your truth out, journaling, grounding that energy. And that's baby steps. We have every day is a new day, and taking it one day at a time so that we emotionally So we say for you, if you're getting your emotions and your thoughts together, bringing all that energy back, bringing yourself present, and giving yourself an opportunity to feel into what you're going through, but one layer at a time. You don't got to tackle it all at once. One layer at a time. So it's like we get all this stuff and we're like, man, I'm gonna dive deep and I want to do this and let's go sound healing. It's almost like we're going in and we're like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this class, I'm gonna do this class and this class. Right now it's about simplifying. And just do.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go baby, go ahead.
I do think like simplifying is important because when we're changing so much, because it's like, you know, when we've awakened, right, to a certain level and we go, I can change things going forward. I can change my ancestry. I can change my trajectory. And it's really powerful stuff. What happens is, you know, we get so excited and there's a lightning bolt of energy that we can get very quickly overwhelmed. And so that's something that I work with just to empathize as I'm feeling your energy. That's something I work with too, because sometimes I get these ideas and I go, oh, okay, I see it. All right. You know, like this equals this. Let's get it done. And then I find myself being overwhelmed at times because it comes in so quickly and I rush and I go with it sometimes, or sometimes I give myself space, but it still can be overwhelming because it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of things coming into your body. It's a lot of spiritual life force that will give you that rush feeling. Yeah. Okay. So, I want to validate what Debbie is saying, and also I'll touch upon a couple things too. So like Debbie was talking about like one day at a time and you need a team around you. And I really agree with that. So it's like we invest in ourselves because we go, okay, I need to change. I need more. And I feel like you've been doing a lot of that stuff and continue to do that. I think that's wonderful. I want to give you a pat on the back and celebrate that. Like you are a powerhouse. Continue to do that. But also take some of that time and the resources and reinvest it directly back into your health. And because then you will continue to have the stamina to be able to do that. Because when we're learning again, and we take all this on because we're like, I'm going to change, it can lead us to being overwhelmed and almost like drowning because we're the current is intense, right? And so sometimes we embrace that intensity and we're like, yeah, it's the fastest route there. I'm really on fire now. But then it's just, you know, life's about balance. Okay. Life is about balance. So, that's what I'm saying. I really encourage those money and those resources to be put towards like, you know, healing your body, whether it's going to a chiropractor, going to get massage, going to a naturopath to get some herbs to balance your body. Invest in yourself because you're strong. You know, all these spiritual teachers and leaders that you're looking up to, they have things in place to make sure they stay strong. Yeah. So they can keep going. Yeah. So tune into that. And so I'm also going to say, as I look at like your energy and your cards, like life is about duality. There's the dark and the light. And so you've really started to work with transcending your shadow, transcending to the light. And it's like at any turn we go, we can embrace the dark and the light, and to know we can choose in that. And so it's letting me know that there has been, so you mentioned it. I haven't been able to read all your comments, Melissa, because I'm just kind of feeling and looking at the energy. So I'll read them back in a second. But you talked about how there's been a lot of struggle within your family and a lot of struggle that you've been healing within your life, right? And so the cards that I got for you immediately were the Summer Song card and like the Wealth and Finance card. And they were in positions where it was just like, you're having immense joy and ascending and transforming your life, but it's almost like it's so much work and not enough play. It's so much work and not enough play. And it takes us back to the energy of the family of I'm going to work and work and work. and what am I really getting out of it? And
Yeah.
it's like the lack at the end of the day, even though I'm working and I'm putting my heart into it, my all into it. And so really look into the energy of that. And because it has to feel good. It has to feel joyous. It has to feel like there's the happiness with, with the spiritual unfoldment, that as well as the deep dark night of the soul. Okay. So both spectrums looked at. So it's just letting me know there a little bit more play with the work, and that there's so much stuff I could say.
Yeah. I'm getting stuff and I'm like, oh my
No,
gosh,
I'm
Kelly.
like trying to
Yeah.
slow myself down, and I'm trying to sum it up because like I only have 6 cards for her, but I could like literally talk for 30 minutes about these 6
Yeah.
cards. So I guess to wrap it up, what I'm going to say, and so I'm going to give you the summary. I'm going to give you the spark notes, right? I'm not going to try to cut anything out. I'm going to give you the spark notes, girl. So, it's just be careful about taking on too much. You got the mediumship card, so validation within that. And like really like your power right now is you get to choose where you go. You get to choose to define your future. You got the blank card, and the blank card is full of sometimes I don't know where to go. I almost feel lost in this, but it's also at the same time, I have immense choice within this. So lean into that and know that you've dealt with your dark night of the soul. So really embrace the joy, the light, and the happiness of how your life is going. So that's I could say so much more, but there you go.
Yeah. And when you were talking, the one thing I did want to say, Melissa, is remember everything that you've gone through life, it's your lifetime of things that you've gone through and you've witnessed. It was a period of time. We can't erase it. We're not erasing, but you're remembering a period of time that has happened for your whole life up to where you are. So now as you're in this new journey, I saw that blank card as a new beginning and a new chapter. So rewrite that story, paint some beautiful colors into that spirit of yours with this new chapter you're in, the 111 2 3. Like take that step and elevate, baby, because you're in it. You're going to create some beautiful things, and blessings to you. Congratulations to you, as Kelly said, and the work you've done. So I appreciate you just being here with us and vulnerable. Thank you.
Absolutely. As we talked, it was important to talk a lot today, but as we wrap up the show, let's pick each one person just to pick one card for, and then we'll end the show with that.
Got it.
So I guess I'll go. I'm going to, where are we? Lily. We didn't do Lily, right? We didn't do Lily. Okay. Lily at the bottom.
Lily Rose?
Yeah, Lily Rose. She said somewhere, I think, that she was open to a reading. Forgive me. I'm just making sure. Oh, I don't know if she said it. I'll take someone else. Sorry, Lily. You pop it down if you said you did. Okay, so.
You do have one in here. Jonathan's asking about a number. First 3 numbers of the 5 core numbers on my chart life was
where is
7.
That? Where is that?
Jonathan Fields. She's asking the urge. Her soul number was 7. She asked me, and I told her to ask you. I said, I don't know.
Oh, here we go. I found it. Thank you. That was one of the ones I was looking for. Okay. I followed this link to the law of attraction. It gave me. I'm reading it. Okay. There's a lot of information in here. Okay, so there's many different types of numerology. So, John Dylan, I just want to give you that. And so within Pythagorean numerology, that's the one that I do, you'll have 6 core numbers. And so you're saying that you found 3 of the 5 core numbers. So I would look into, okay, what system are you using? And different systems have different calculations. So I would actually look into that because I want to make sure that I'm syncing up with what you're looking at. The easiest way, though, to work with numerology, because it's pretty universal, the birth dates. The birth dates are pretty universal when it comes to the names, because our core numbers involve names a lot. So, I would break down Kelly Brickle all into numerical vibrations, right? And so that's very different from system to system at times. So I'm going to speak on the birthday number. So you said your birthday number was 7. And so if your birthday number was 7, when you say that, I'm not sure if it's your personal day number you say that, or if it's your life path number. Because birthday number, see, like I have to be very specific so I don't tell you the wrong thing. That's why it's funny. So what I would say that if it's your birthday number you're referring to as your life path, the life path is of 7. So this is gonna relate to you no matter what I say. So, but I'm just highlighting it as I say it. The energy of 7 is all about finding the road to truth. Okay, we start off with a very almost analytical or skeptical vibration as a 7, unless we have a lot of support around intuition, spirituality, and feeling, or personal belief in that. If we don't have that, it's really about learning about the mind and having a harmonious relationship with the mind, because the mind's a beautiful thing, but it has to be balanced with the spirit and the heart. Okay. And when you have that trinity, you find truth. You have like the Holy Trinity, right? It takes you to truth. And 7's a very, very spiritual number. It actually deals a lot with the quest for knowing the universe, knowing God. So a lot of people get really into, why are we all here? The bigger questions of that. And so 7 is the lifelong learning of wisdom. So it's not enough for someone just to give you an answer. You have to feel it within your soul, and you have to have this definitive truth behind it. So it really gets you into the deeper end of things, and to really, really have questions and answers that are full bodied, not just, okay, that satisfies it, I guess it's something like that. So I encourage you to dive in deep within that energy. And if you're born on a 7, I'm going to give this to you. So when people first see you, that 7 energy radiates outward, and they feel like you're a quieter soul. They feel like that, you're very studious or cerebral, and sometimes that you're a little bit too busy to be approached, or, you wouldn't prefer being approached because you're in the energy of your mind. You're somewhere else. So they play out very differently depending on the placements they are, but it's all connected to that you go somewhere else to find those answers, and that somewhere else is just not right in front of you, where what you can find with your physical senses. So I encourage you to dive in deep and to learn more about your spirit, learn about more of your energy, and to understand that the mind is really truly balanced with the heart and the soul, the feeling and the spirit of things. So that's what I give to you.
I love that. Doors open, girl. That's all I saw, was like, everything's open. Like, go enjoy that. I was drawn to one. Do we have time for one more, Kelly? Where are we already?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was supposed to be quick, but then it was such a detail.
You went into you were in this like trance, girl. You were in it. I was watching you.
That long.
No, you're good. It was good.
We'll take one more, and then we'll close.
So I'll close here. I was drawn to Brittany Vick. I don't know if she's still here. Brittany Vick.
Okay, I got you.
Thank you. Oh, look, and John Deline was saying she was born on the 13th.
Okay, then I will. Oh, where did Debbie go? Oh my goodness. We'll see if we can get Debbie back, but Brittany, so I pulled a card for you, and it was the family card. So this is about just standing in your own power. And when we stand in our own power, what we can do is actually influence the family, not in huge ways, but in these subconscious ways where people are more relaxed in our presence. People are more focused in our presence. People feel like,
sorry.
Oh, she's back. Back.
I'm so sorry, John Deline.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
So sorry. I don't know. Do
So
you want me to still read or you want to close? I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
pick. I'll just finish my sentence and then I'm gonna give you the last word with Brittany.
Okay.
So I got the family card for Brittany, and it's all about like when we take care of ourselves and we're in our own power, it trickles to everybody else. You know, it's almost like when we find our peace, strangely, people aren't as reactive around us. When we find our focus, it's like strangely everyone's kind of not all scattered all over the place. So that meditative and strength within will actually transcend the family too as well. So I'll give that to Brittany.
Okay. And that's who I was going to read also, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
I was very drawn to her, and I felt like I had a gentleman that was heavily in her presence. I was almost going into mediumship. I felt I had a father dressed very nice, and I felt this person was really present for her. And I felt like she's been going through something personal, and he was like, I'm here to connect with her. He takes me to a reference or an impression to the chest or a heart. So I know that there's something that's heavy in that you're going through at this moment. Would this be fair to say, Brittany? Would you understand this? Because I feel like he was someone very professional, would have really taken care of himself, hard worker. He shows me his hands. And so I just had to tell you, you have a father spirit on the other side coming in to support you as what you're going through at this moment. A lot of love and a lot of support. And there's like this feeling of like, I wish I had him here. Like I need this person here is what I felt. There's the military connection because I know I just got saluted. So I know there's a military profession as well. Brittany, I don't know if you're still in here, love.
We'll see. But she, whether she watches back, there's immense healing around family. That's for sure.
Okay, and so I'm validating for what I was doing.
That's the theme. And then for Jondelyn, you're the 13th, so it's like life path 7 probably is a reference. No, my life path. You mentioned birthday 7 up top, so you can message me if you want to talk about that. So you put out some numbers up top. So yeah, your life path 1, and you would be personal day 4, then Jondelyn. And then I talked about some 7 number themes because you mentioned a 7 up top, and that would apply to that. So I don't think Brittany's in the house still.
Okay. Well, if she hits the replay, then there it is.
Hey, what a fun time. And again, like a lightning bolt, it's just bam.
Yeah. I love how that worked. And so I just appreciate Spirit nudging you to bring me in here with you. I appreciate that spirit call. And I hope each and one of you guys listening enjoyed today's show. Kelly, it's always a delight working with you. You're always fire, girl. You're always fire.
Double dragons. Yes. You're always fire too. And hey, I love the energy. I really do. It's always a great time. Debbie is amazing, and please look out for her on her show Transcend with Debbie and her podcast. Check her out. She is always active, so there's always something that she's doing with an interview, or she's dropping a meditation, or just her. It's just she has so much content to share, so please check her out. And then yes, you will catch me here on the Psychic Hour. Friday coming up, we're doing readings too. Again, it's very readings energy for January. We love it. And we will see you soon. So Debbie, thank you again.
Thank you.
Sending you my love.
Thank
and
you.
Everybody go with love, luck, light, and don't forget to live. Take care.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye. See you soon.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.